I'm going to show you in this video how to sell 10 times more of your offer effortlessly by just packaging it in a different way. Now, I was able to do this. I was able to charge higher ticket. I was able to sign more deals. The reason why I look like a German philosopher is just because I'm about to go out, so I decided to record the video. But yeah, got some game for you guys. Don't worry too much. I got y'all. So very quickly here, the reason why you're having a lot of resistance and facing a lot of resistance in your sales process is because you're not selling the full gap. You're selling a part of the gap. Now, let me explain. So what Hormozi did with Gym Launch, right, is he said, look, I'm going to take a level 1 gym and I'm going to fix everything. I'm going to fix their lead acquisition. I'm going to fix their lead nurture and their client fulfillment. So what Hormozi did is he didn't say, I'm just going to run paid ads for gyms. Hormozi said, I'm going to take your gym from a level 1 to level 5 and everything in between I do for you. And so this is the biggest misconception that I think a lot of my clients face, as well as people in the marketplace too. So the biggest issue that I had before I actually decommoditized my offer, and this is the first thing that we do in CMRR, which is my Inner Circle program, where we literally help you go from a churn and burn agency to adding $20,000 in monthly recurring revenue in 60 days guaranteed. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys this is simply because I want to show you guys how to package your offer differently. It just comes down to packaging to make the world's difference. Now, what we have to understand is that what I do in CMRR is nothing special, but it's something that is packaged in a unique way. So in other words, I could easily pinpoint one issue for an agency or pinpoint one issue for a huge B2B business that's struggling with something specific. And I could just target unqualified leads. And so in that case, I could say, look, I'm going to build you out, GHL pipelines. I'm going to help you, run forms for paid ads. I'm going to help you, build out sequences and automations. I have setters and closers who are A+ talent who I'm going to implant into your business. I could just target the lead acquisition or lead nurture, and be done with it, right? But do you think I'll be able to actually charge high ticket if I'm just selling one solution to a problem? What it really comes down to is having multiple problems that you address with various different solutions to solve said problem. And what I feel like a lot of people are doing right now, and I made the mistake of doing this, is just solving one issue in the very beginning, just lead acquisition. So I would simply just help people run paid ads and business owners to run paid ads, kind of like a marketing agency. But I started off in the space actually helping people get really good at appointment setting in the cold DMs. Now, the reason why I targeted that was because I was all over LinkedIn, the B2B space. And when I booked in, I think the first time I ever took 50 sales calls in a month or 60 sales calls in a month, it was just through LinkedIn cold. And my show rate, I think, was significantly higher than I would have expected for a cold traffic source. But with that being said, this is where I started off in the space. Started off, obviously, I think a year and a half ago in the Amazon FBA space, helping people actually launch their coaching offers and running Instagram boosted paid ads and stuff. But the LinkedIn offer was just lead acquisition. And then CMRR was born when I realized that I could solve the entire puzzle for them and then actually help the business cross multiple different avenues through my product and service. And so here's what you have to do with your offer. What I want you to do is I want you to take a sheet out of paper and a pen, and I want you to write out all of the problems that your prospect faces and then how you can ethically solve them through solutions. So I don't want you to write down, obviously, if you are in the fitness space, there's going to be a lot of things that your clients have to overcome because you're B2C. You're not speaking to business owners. There's a lot of limiting beliefs. So mindset is a huge thing. There's a lot of, regiment, fitness activities that they have to do, obviously, in order to stay in the program. There's a lot of issues that your prospects face as they go through your program. And I encourage you to write out every single problem that they face. And so every single problem you're going to realize leads to another problem, which leads to another problem. And you'll come to realize that you can package your offer in a way that you're the a la carte. You fix everything. You solve everything. And so for Hormozi, when he realized this is when Gym Launch really took off, I believe. Because he said, look, wow, I could just build out this system once. Have all the SOPs, have all the onboarding, have everything like that. And I could just walk into a business that's a level 1 gym. I can put this infrastructure into their business. But then in 6 or 7 months' time, or I don't even know how long it was, I'm just making that up, they could be at a level 5 gym, just like that, because I have everything. And that's why Gym Launch worked so well, because it was a full infrastructure system. Now, I'm not telling you to switch out your entire offer, but I'm simply telling you to rethink the way you're doing business right now. Because this one offer tweak allowed me to not only charge higher ticket, but it allowed me to become a much more sophisticated business owner and somebody who wasn't really looked at as a commodity. Because there's marketing agencies up the road, down the road, to the side, to the left, to the north, east, south, and west, who just sell one solution, getting traffic, but they don't sell what happens after the click, and they don't sell the fulfillment side of things too. So write down the problems. Obviously, from your commoditized offer, a solution is, I help you come up with your unique value prop, repackage your offer, which is kind of what this video is covering right now. Actually, this is some inner circle stuff. And the mechanism is obviously the offer optimization worksheet, which is what I give everybody in CMRR within the first 2 hours of them being onboarded. They get that done before our onboarding call. And then we get to kind of cracking with that. So the biggest thing that I had to realize is I had to list everything out. So commoditized offer, okay, that's a problem. Other problem, next problem is not enough leads. Okay, next problem is going to be broke leads. Okay, and qualified leads as well. Hot versus cold leads. Cost per lead needs to be decreased after that. A low close rate after you get those leads. Next issue is going to be too much time per client. So now I'm moving into fulfillment. Next issue is increased time of fulfillment as well. And then churn rate. So a lot of these are kind of synonyms of each other, but I did this about, I think, a few months ago. And so what really helped me out was understanding that obviously when we focus 80% of our efforts on 20% of the actions that move the needle the most in our business, we pull back the slingshot with more efficiency and we 80-20 our business. So what I had to come to realize, and that what you should do, is after you take the sheet of paper and write out the problems, every single one of your problems that your prospect faces, you have to have a solution and a mechanism for it. And if you don't, then your product or service is not going to be right for those specific prospects. So here's what I would tell you as far as repackaging your offer. Don't guarantee or have a solution to anything you don't feel comfortable actually delivering on. The last thing you want to do is be unethical and deliver a quote unquote solution to a problem that you don't really know how to fix. I'm only solving problems that I have personally fixed in my own business myself. And so now I feel comfortable enough charging and delivering on these solutions that I know I have the answer to. And so what we have to understand here, and what I struggle with for the longest, I'll tell you the first thing, is not being able to differentiate what I was good at and what I wasn't good at. And then from there, I simply just asked my clients, if you're working with a few, say, hey, look, what has been the most efficient, what has been the most effective, what has been the most leveraged thing that you have had in this program? So in other words, you can literally just ask all of your prospects, all of your clients, in the program that you have already, hey, what was the most helpful thing that you've had or done when you joined, since you joined? And they'll typically tell you that, right? And then from there, what do? You 80-20 that. So now you focus your client fulfillment heavy on those topics, because that's what helped move the needle the most. Now, to give you guys a quick example, I'm about to end off this video, but if you guys stayed to this part, you guys are about to get some amazing game. You guys are absolute G's. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. What I realized is the best thing I can do is tell them that they can just relax when they have top tier talent. So after these systems are in place, when we do this in CMRR, after we start really cranking the paid ads, after we start really cranking all this other stuff, what it really comes down to, what I've realized, is that my clients really like it when a lot of stuff is just laid out for them. And that's where I have the Trello board, obviously the 60-day Trello board and 30-day Trello board of the daily actionable steps they have to take to get to point B. But I also have everything for them. All the VSL templates, I literally help script done with you guys. Setters, we have A+ setters who are ready and lined up to get freaking off to the races for your offer if it's good, and then closers as well. And so now it becomes a matter of, when a prospect has the onboarding call, we set a North Star, and then we just don't deviate from that. We just simply say, this is the North Star, this is where we want to go. And then they feel super pumped, because as soon as these paid ads start printing well, and you need more time away from the calls, we'll get a setter in there. Okay, if your VSL is lacking in the future, script it again. We'll reiterate it. Okay, if you are taking too many sales calls, we'll plug in a closer. So now it becomes a matter of fact of, look, all you do is join the program, hand me money, and then I fix everything for you, and then we do some stuff with each other as well. pause. So that's like kind of how we have to look at our business. I feel like I got so emotionally involved in trying to make everything so amazing and perfect. I just gave up. And I was like, look, I'm just going to ask my clients what they like the most and what actually helped them out the most. And they say group calls, ESLs, setters, and just having access to ask questions. Because people really buy coaching and consulting and like services and products just for the time gap to be crushed, and then the proximity to the said coach or said consultant, they pay for proximity as well. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to leave it off right there. If you simply package your offer in a way that decommoditizes it by simply listing out all of the steps and all the actionable solutions, you now become a business that solves multiple different problems instead of just one. And so you can't be a commodity. You can't be looked down upon if you solve 10 or 15 different problems within a business, because that's a huge chunk of the business, if not all of it. And so you're only a commodity if you solve one problem and one solution, because everybody else down the block is selling the same thing, like a marketing agency. But if you're a marketing agency that provides obviously the paid ads or the front end lead acquisition, but then you also have services that have the back end side of things, follow-ups, automations, SMSs, setters, closers, you now become like a leveraged marketing agency. So now you just aren't being paid for the ads and the creatives and the blah, 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 and the running them, but now you're being paid for the management, the consulting, you're being paid for the structure, the systems, and everything under the sun. So that being said, I encourage you to take out a sheet of paper, write out your entire offer and everything that you do. I'll see you guys in the next video. Check out the 2 links down below if you want to join the CMR. Second link, first thing is going to be the revenue. It's our daily newsletter. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.